All right, today we are going to be trying to do, the key word is trying, to do a black border on Duel of the Drakes. Duel of the Drakes is a casual expert map on the expert list. Still pretty difficult to get the black borders on these maps, but definitely not impossible. So let's go ahead and give it a shot here. Social, view browser. I've got a strategy cooked up here, and hopefully I can pull it off. It is really just pulling it off that is the difficult part here. No, I do not want to do deflation. Coward. Coward. Verifying it on deflation instead of chimps. No, just kidding. Just joking. I really do actually like that the boss theme is being played on this map instead of the regular theme. Or instead of like a regular theme. I don't know, it just fits with the dragons like a lot better. And let's not die on a weird random round this time, please. I keep thinking I have this black border like in the bag. I keep thinking like, oh, I've got it. I have all of the little contingencies down, and then some weird round just like kind of pops its ugly head up and just runs the black border run. But such is life for someone who enjoys getting black borders. This game has such a lovely way of driving you crazy. But we're going to end up getting the 101 ninja here. Now, I think getting Quincy without getting the 201 is possible, but I always like to get the 201. It just makes things a lot easier. There's some sacrifices that you have to make for efficiency. If you want to do a black border, you have to sacrifice efficiency for consistency, and this is one of them. But if you get it, actually maybe around 11. I think around 11 is impossible with those yellows. They're always so close, even with a 201. So I think maybe the 201 is necessary. But next tower we're going to get is on round 13. Any guesses? Any guesses? If you guess Quincy, you are right. I wanted to use Quincy for this black border just because, I don't know. I don't usually use Quincy, and I think it'll be fun. It's entirely possible. I've beaten this map probably about 5 times now. So I know that this is possible, and I know it's actually like not terribly difficult. But there is a little bit of micro that we're going to need to do here in the upcoming round 15 in particular. No surprise there for people who are a little more familiar with the Chimps game mode. Let's go ahead and just spam the level 3 ability for these pinks. Don't know if it's entirely necessary, but I don't like to leave things up to chance on round 15 because it's just such an early game menace. I remember doing my Muddy Puddles black border, and it's just so awful. It is so awful on that map, so I don't like to play around with it anymore. If I can spend $11 to get the Quincy level 3 ability early, I'm going to do it. And just forget about round 15. Now, this map is significantly easier than Muddy Puddles, but you still don't want to be taking those chances. All right. So next tower we are going to be getting is our heli pilot. There we go. Okay, round 20 should be perfectly fine. Round 20 is always a little bit easier than I remember it being. The first time you see black balloons in the run. Let's go ahead and place a sniper down, put it on strong. Not entirely necessary for round 21 here, but I think you have to use the ability, the Quincy ability, if you don't want to place the sniper down. Okay. Beautiful. All right. Time for a full metal jacket. On strong. Let's go ahead and chase these guys down. Now, I died on round 23 very randomly last time, so we're going to try not to do that this time, please. No dying on this run. Just stay on the front, and you should be fine. Yeah. If you just stay at the front of the balloons and help clean up, don't pop too many of those whites or blacks, too early, you should be fine. Because if you pop too many of them, the pinks will start to rush forward and you're going to get overwhelmed, and you don't want to do that. Now for round 25, again, this isn't entirely necessary. In fact, I want to see if I can do it. Nah, I'm just going to use the Quincy ability. I like to use it there just because. So we're going to get a 101 sniper now. If you get a 101 sniper, generally, you are okay for leads for the first 40 rounds. Especially if you're going to get another tower that we're going to get. Let's go ahead and get quad darts. Quad darts is really important for 27 here. The yellow rush is pretty nasty. But just in general, quad darts is kind of a good thing to get. See, I don't quite have the Quincy ability up in time because using it for consistency on 25 does not let you have it up for 27. So the quad darts it is. Next tower we want to get is we want to get the Alk right here, just making sure that it is not in range of Quincy. We want it to be completely dedicated to the heli. At the same time, we also want it to hit this track. It's going to be potentially helping out with leads in the first 40 rounds. Again, I think this is fine. I think you don't fully need the Alchemist to be doing that, but it does, again, kind of cinch up some of those inconsistencies, which is the entirety of black bordering expert maps, is you just need consistent strategies all the way through, or else you're going to be sitting and trying to get that black border for weeks and just dozens of attempts, which is not what I enjoy doing. Okay, yeah, leaving the zebras to that sniper is probably a good idea. So it's popping them into greens instead of pinks. Okay, everything looking good here. And we are going for a Berserker Brew next. In fact, we are going for a stronger stim. And a 4-2-0 Alchemist. Now, if you have only one tower in range of the Alchemist, it is better to go for middle path. Okay, so we're going to go middle path now. Now, the heli with this upgrade is really, really strong. Just because you're shooting 4 darts, and the fact that you're doubling that to 4 darts with 2 damage is really, really important. Okay, we just missed a bunch of shots there. Yeah, you have to kind of learn to maximize the pierce of this heli if you want to really use it well. Also, you have to make sure that you don't give up on the round before it's over. A pink rush. I don't think it was like that dangerous, but you get the blacks after that. Okay. All right. Very, very good. Very, very good. 36, weirdly, is not a problem. It's never really been a problem. It looks kind of close. You know, things get up there. But genuinely, I've never had a problem with this round, which is really shocking considering how difficult 36 is in general. 35 has actually been more of a tricky round than 36 ever has been on this black border strategy, which is not something you see very often. Okay. This part can be a little scary. Go ahead and get the stronger stim now. Yeah, the leads plus the zebras can just be a little bit scary on this round. And then we do need to do a little bit of micro here for these camo balloons because our defense is not strong enough. So we do need to use the Quincy ability right there just to catch those white camos. And we should be good for actually pretty much the rest of the first 40 rounds here. We're going to go ahead and buy Pursuit. Pursuit can actually really bite you in the ass on this map. And I will show you what I mean for round 40. You see the heli actually ends over here. The mob is actually going to come out of here, and then the heli's going to be chasing it down. So the pursuit is really bad. I have lost round 40 before just because I pressed play. For round 40, definitely move the heli up there and then use your ability. If you do that, you can see it isn't really that close. But if you don't move the heli, you can absolutely 100% lose to round 40. So just make sure you're doing that. Okay, so we got our 302 heli. Next, we need this right here. A village. The classic, the bread and butter of chimps is the village. Well, bread and butter, I would say, why don't we say the village is the bread and the alchemist is the butter? Okay, we are going to need to use this on these, and then I'd just like to spam this. You can beat this without getting the camo village, but I don't like to risk it, you know? 43 can be a little bit scary because of these ceramics, but should be entirely fine. 44 is never really scary. All right. There we go. Sniper is next. Okay, so we have the 220 village. Next, we want to be getting a 302 sniper. 302 sniper. One of my favorite mid-game chimps towers, actually. This thing can be quite useful. It can be quite useful. Just being able to take down ceramics super easily, like, say, on round 46, if I had it, if I had one, this is where I would put my 302 sniper if I had one. Okay, 302 sniper, it just makes the ceramics so clean, and it actually helps quite a bit with the mobs in the 50s as well. Can't really take mobs out by itself, but it can make them quite a bit more squishy. It makes them a lot more manageable if your defense doesn't really have dedicated mob damage like ours. I suppose Quincy kind of is dedicated mob damage, but you know, Quincy's not like an assassin or an elim or something. Yeah, but look what it just does. Look what it does to 49. There, getting my my tongue tied there. But 49 usually pretty big menace. Anytime there is going to be a mob, I want to move my heli over, just because even with the sniper, the mobs can still be a bit scary as we're saving up to the Apache dart ship. Okay, beautiful. Okay, again, mobs, so I'm going to lock in place over here. Mobs on 51. Maybe only one mob on 51? I can't quite remember. We got the camo ceramics. Thank you. Deadly precision makes this round a joke. No mobs on 51. Is that the last? No, let me think. What is the last round of the game that does not have any mobs? I think maybe 76 might be the last one. Just a little bit of trivia. Where is my lock in place? My lock in place is up here. 52 can be a little bit scary. We're still not 100% great against mobs. So, yeah, I just want to be moving the heli around. As you can see there, it's not exactly the closest, but we need to be squeezing out any optimization that we can just to get up to this Apache dart ship. Okay, I want to see what these mobs... This round has killed me. It has killed a black border run before, so I want to be extra sure that I'm beating it. Okay. That one looks fine. I'm going to go ahead and use the Quincy ability here, because I don't need it until round 57. We do end up getting the Storm of Arrows there, which is nice. And we're getting quite close to this Let's go ahead and lock in place down here. Move over to pursuit. We are getting quite close to the Apache Dart ship, which is really, really good. It is not a free game, though, once we get that Apache Dart ship. I can tell you that much. There's still a little bit of micro left after that. And Razor Rotors coming in clutch. Great. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Now, 56 should be the round that we end up getting this dart ship on. You make quite a bit of money. Rainbows are great for money. Make quite a bit of money here. We don't actually end up getting it on that round. I don't know where that discrepancy is coming from, because I think I used to get it on that round. I developed this strategy in 47.0, and it is now 48.0. So that might be the reason why there's a slight discrepancy. Yeah, but you can see we're very, very close to it. And there's the dart ship. Now, things aren't quite free, but they're basically free for quite a while here, until 75. And once we get to 75, oh boy, it's very tight. It is very, very tight. It's probably one of the hardest rounds in this black border run. But until then, we should be perfectly fine. Even round 63 just kind of falls to this. 65 might be a little bit close. But you can see how it does against a BFB. Yeah, it's fine. With the stronger stem, this thing, with the stronger stem and the jungle drums, this thing's actually pretty good. Without any buffs, it can feel a little lacking. Same thing with the Apache Prime, if I'm being honest. You know, once you get into the 90s, the Apache Prime can kind of start feeling like, you know, I don't know how good this thing actually is. But round 63, look how clean that is. We have like almost a third of the track length left. Yeah, yeah. Awesome. And I still have both abilities up. Still, yeah, look at that. Look at that. That's great. Now for 64, I've never seen an issue on 64, but I am going to lock in place just because, you know, when you have these mobs coming out, you want to be maximizing your damage, especially fortified mobs. This defense does not like fortified mobs, and that's going to start becoming an issue here in the next 10 rounds. Like I said, this strategy does tend to struggle against round 75. I'm really hoping we can make it past 75. Because if we can make it past 75, I'm not going to say anything because, well, wait, it becomes significantly easier to end up with the black border after 75. There are definitely still challenges in the 90s, but round 65, beautiful, beautiful. All right, 66 shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, if you know your Chimps games, expert map Chimps games well, you know that 65 is a pretty big hurdle. You really want to get past 65 because you got a lot of money to gain after that, and the rounds are not nearly as difficult. The early 60s compared to the late 60s is just crazy. The difference in round difficulty is like insane. I would say 62, 63, 64 is actually some of the hardest 3 rounds in a row in the entire game. Obviously competing with 98, 99, 100. Honestly, 22, 23, 24 is actually pretty difficult too. You need to prepare for the camo, and 22 and 23 are just kind of gnarly sometimes. Yeah, they do not agree with a lot of defenses. That's a good question, though. Like, what are the 3 hardest consecutive rounds in a game of Chimps? I would put my money that most people would say one of those 3. Like, early 20s, early 60s, or late 90s. Actually, depending on some strategies, if you're going for the Bez, you might actually consider something like 81, 82, 83. A lot of like big save ups kind of culminate in the early 80s. And they can be very, very micro heavy because you're trying to save as much money as you possibly can on those rounds. But we are coming up to the scary part. Round 75. We're coming up pretty soon. It is really tight micro. I have to say, I'm a little nervous. But if we can get past round 75, I really should be repositioning this heli at this point because these rounds are going to be a little tight. But we know that we can handle 2 BFBs because we did it on round 65, so round 73, it's not too bad. We don't have to reposition for this round because the heli's already there. Very nice. Next round, though, absolutely 100% reposition. I'm going to have to read my notes, too, because this is the tightest needle to thread, I guess. Oh, hold up. Pursuit. Okay, I just lost the run. I need Storm of Arrows for the next round. No. Okay, let's see if we can do it without Storm of Arrows. I don't know. I changed it to Pursuit too early. I thought the round was over. Here we go. Okay, Storm of Arrows 50%. 50% up. Round 75. Quincy 3 when last fortified mob gets to red eye. Okay. Storm of Arrows still can be a possibility. Okay. Okay, Storm of Arrows is close. We might not. Oh, it's back up. Yes, let's go. Okay, so we might actually be able to get through this. Let's go ahead and use it. Yes. Surprisingly, that did not kill us. And also surprisingly, we do not need Storm of Arrows for round 76. This defense can handle it. Like I said, you get these buffs on the dart ship. It's pretty good at taking out those ceramics. Surprisingly good. Unfortunately, it can't beat round 78, and we will have to use some abilities on round 78, which I hope are up. They should be up in time. And if they're not, we'll just use Quincy 3. And I think it should be fine there. Okay, lots of BFBs here. Watch for Quincy 3. We might need to use Quincy 3 here. We just need Storm of Arrows up for next round, which we have up. We will have up, I mean. Let's go ahead and use it. I don't want to take chances here, and that was pretty close. That's pretty close here. All right, so this round, pretty easy if you have Storm of Arrows up. So once everything comes in, just use Storm of Arrows, and that ceramic wave gets melted. Surprisingly, the Quincy abilities take a really, really, really long time to get off of cooldown. I am always really surprised at how long these cooldown times are. I honestly think they should make the projectile speed like a lot faster for Quincy and give him a little better like ability cooldown, just because it feels like Quincy needs a little something. You know what I mean? Round 79, Quincy 3 and Quincy 10 on the fortified BFBs here. That's unsurprising. But we should be getting the A prime mid-round here. You get so much money on 79. We should be getting A prime mid-round. Are we going to get it here? Unfortunately, you do not get it before you pop these fortified BFBs. Okay, once they start to pop, do this and get the A prime. The late 70s are so scary with this strategy, man. But we got the A prime. Ladies and gentlemen, we actually got the A prime. Let's go. That means this black border can probably be on track, hopefully be on track. Okay. Yeah, if you do not have A prime for 81, you lose. You 100% lose. This is why we can't buy Mame Moab. I would love to buy Mame Moab because it makes the 70s ridiculously easy. But yeah, if you don't have your A prime by 81, you instantly lose. Because you cannot be 81 or 82. I mean, I can't say you can't, but going for the black border after that would be a nightmare. Because you're going to basically be backsliding the entire time. You're going to be trying to get up to this A prime again and again and again, and you just can't get up to it. But next thing that we want to buy is actually this 402 sniper. Put it on strong, yes. And that should just help out with the 80s. Not entirely necessary, but it does help out. Then we want to buy a MIB. This all helps with round 90. We should be absolutely fine until round 90. Level 16, Quincy. And then we just save up for a Cripple Moab. That's the next thing. So this defense really has just like a 3-point strategy, right? So you got the Mame Moab for support. You've got Quincy for just a little bit of extra oomph because A prime is the main damage, and A prime is good in the 90s, but it is not like Bez good or like Dark Champion good. It's got quite a bit of power, but it does fall short, specifically on rounds like 98 and 99. Right there at the end, it kind of stumbles just a little bit, and you need just that little extra support with something like Quincy and Cripple Moab. But A prime, one of my favorite towers when I started playing the game. I thought it was incredibly good. It's fallen off just a little bit in recent years, but I still think it's kind of underrated. I think people underrate it. If you ever have a map with like one lane, it's very, very good. And for all intents and purposes, this map basically is a one-lane map. Round 90 should be very, very easy here. But from now on, everywhere in the 90s, we are going to be locking in place at the beginning. We do not want to take any chances here. Yeah, the stun definitely helps out, and we are almost... Let's go ahead and lock in place here. We are almost up to that tier 5 sniper now. 92... Still struggles just a bit against these fortified Moabs. You can see they get a little bit farther than you would expect them to. You can see a little bit farther than you would expect them to. What's good again about this map and A prime in particular is once the Moabs start rounding this bend, you get a straight line action right here. You get straight line, which means it's using up all of its pierce, which basically, I don't want to say doubles the DPS of the A prime once it gets later in the track, but it does definitely increase it. So we want to do that. Now for 93, I have died on this round before. I don't know how I have died on this round before, but if you need it, use Quincy 3. We should be fine though. Yeah, I truly don't know how I died on that round before, but locking in place every single round. You cannot afford to not do the micro. If you want to do a black border on these expert maps, it's just the name of the game. We should be getting the Cripple Moab this round, though, which is awesome. That's awesome. And I'm excited for 95 in particular, because this strategy does a really clean 95. Does a really, really clean 95. Again, we're doing the micro, making sure this guy is on strong. We're going to put this on pursuit, and we're going to save up for an overclock. If you don't know, overclock is really great in the late game. Really, really great. But, okay, I'm going to actually wait and see here, because 95 has been very consistent in the past, but, I mean, these DDTs, you never fully know. So just stun them when they come out. Yeah, dude, the Cripple Moab just does so much damage to these DDTs now since it got that major buff. But look at that. Yeah, it's clean. 95 is clean with this strategy. It's very, very nice. 96, I'm not terribly worried about. It's 98 that is really going to have me shaking in my boots. Give me just a second here. 98 is definitely going to have me shaking in my boots. If this thing loads, come on. All right. All right, I'm just gonna have to worry about that later. 96 should be fine. Since all of the BFBs and the MOBs come out like pretty early, I don't think it's generally a problem. It's those fortified MOB rushes. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and use Quincy 3 here. I don't want to mess with it. I don't want to mess with it. I think alternatively, you could probably change your sniper to strong targeting. 97, I'm like not worried about at all. So I'm not going to worry about repositioning the heli. Maybe I should have been worried about that a little bit. Also, maybe should have bought overclock a little bit earlier there. Okay, for 98, BFBs start to come out, overclock on your prime plus Quincy 3. That's what I have, and I'm going to try to use all my abilities to the best of their potential. Definitely have this on pursuit. Here we go. Okay. We are going to overclock Quincy 3. Come on. I really, really want to beat this. I really, really want to beat this. And then see if we can use Quincy 10 to clean up. Quincy 10 to clean up. Or do we need it? Do we need it? Maybe I can save it for 99. Looks like I can save it for 99. Very, very good. Very good. Definitely have you locked in place over here for 99. And then on pursuit, definitely have you on strong. And hopefully we can get one of our abilities up for this next round. We do have Quincy 10, but I want one or both of these up for the DDTs. I don't think it's 100% necessary, but I would surely like it. Do this, do this. Okay, yeah, just making sure that you're beating those things. Okay, one round left. One round left, and I think it is pretty much a shoo-in. We are going to overclock now. Maybe shouldn't have done that because the bad is not coming out until later, but definitely have you on pursuit as well. So many mistakes. Please don't die. Please don't die because of my stupid mistakes. And that is the black border, ladies and gentlemen. Yes! Let's go! Let's go! That is my 4th black border on the expert list. I feel pretty good about that one. That one actually didn't take too much, and it was a pretty simple black border. Let me go ahead and save these notes again. Let's review the map. We have 1.5 mil on our A prime. That's a lot. That was a lot of pops. That was more pops than I believe my Bez got for every frames of painting. 200K on this, 200K on this. Awesome. That was really, really cool. Now let me go to the home screen, show you. I don't have any mods or anything. No mods. So fingers crossed this one gets a black border thumbs up from the mods.